We all get excited about a few things in life between now and then. And we all get frustrated about a few other things between now and then. Sadly, sometimes our excitement ends in frustration. And sadly, as we grow older, we get less often excited and more often frustrated. The big question is, when you get excited and frustrated at the same time, what do you do? When you get excited and frustrated with the same thing, do you let your excitement to take over and define your course of action? Or do you let your frustration to define who you are? I'm going to tell you a personal story of how I managed my excitement and frustration and turned my excitement into more and more excitement, and as a result, I ended up on this stage. I was getting invited to participate in many events around entrepreneurship and business startups. And I get very excited about these events. I get excited because this is one of the places where you see people not only raising the problems, but they are actively seeking solutions. I get excited about these events because I get to see some of my own students participating in these events, and I get to see a totally different side of them. Students in class, you don't see them very energetic. They are barely awake, but in these events, they are totally different people. I get excited about these events because I believe if we plan and build a healthy ecosystem of small and medium-sized businesses, where one of 10 people starts a company and employs the other 9, we might have a very healthy economy for our country and our society. And it's not only me. Everyone in these events are excited. Everyone is prototyping, is developing, is brainstorming, is competing to come up with the next big idea. And this excitement continues, ladies and gentlemen, all the way to the day of the final presentations. That's when I get disappointed. You see, we have so many unique challenges and problems in our society and in this country that there is a lot of room for development, a lot of room for solutions, a lot of room to be creative. But I see no creativity in these presentations. It's not important for a business to start with an innovative and new idea. It's important for businesses to continuously innovate, to stay in the market and to stay competitive. But I see no innovation. And because most of the teams fail to give birth to a new idea, they don't feel ownership. You see lack of ownership for their own ideas, and as a result, you see no continuation. And my frustration becomes obvious in my feedback and comments to the participating teams. It becomes unpleasant for me. It becomes unpleasant for the participants. And that's why I no longer get invited to participate in these events. Sad but true story. But I started asking myself, why these people cannot be creative? Why these people don't know how to innovate? Why these people don't know how to apply creativity to solving a problem, coming up with a new business idea, with a crazy marketing plan, with a different way to run a business model? And I searched and I read and I talked to people until I think I found the root cause of the problem. It's the schools, ladies and gentlemen. It is the education system. You see, the way that we cannot expect someone to know, for example, physics, and to be able to apply physics to design a rocket without teaching them physics, the way that we cannot expect someone to know law and apply the articles to resolve a dispute without teaching them law, I believe we cannot demand creativity without teaching creativity. So we need to teach creativity. And that got me excited. I cannot fix a road. I cannot fix a generator. But I can teach. That's what I do. I'm a teacher. So if I can solve a problem by teaching, then that gets me excited and that gives me a role. And I ran to one of my managers, very excited. I have an idea. And I said, listen, We need to teach creativity. We need to teach this society creativity. This nation needs to learn how to be creative. It is one area that we can be unique, that we can leave a mark, because no one else is doing it, no one else is thinking about it. Let's do it. And my manager said, we have many more important issues to attend to, and we have very limited resources. As you know, creativity is not a priority. In other words, my manager told me, get out and go do your job better. A typical manager response in most cases. But I couldn't stand still. I continued my quest, and I decided that I should start teaching creativity. A typical entrepreneur mindset. If you say that I cannot do it, then you will not be able to do it. If you say that how I can do it, then you will definitely come up with a solution. So I started asking myself, how can I teach creativity? I believe to teach any subject and to deliver the students the full package of education, you have to teach the concepts of the subject. You have to teach the ideas, the theories, and the philosophy behind it. But the second component is the tools. You have to teach the students. You have to give them some tools to apply the concepts and ideas. And the third component, you have to give them the context, applications of the tools and the concepts. I personally call this the magic triangle of education. This is when education is in its full package. So the concepts, we have creativity. The tools, I come from a computer science background. I happen to know one of the most powerful and creative tools in the world, computer programming and coding. And the context, everything is beautiful and is easy to understand when it is visualized. So why not use visual arts for the context? So we have the concepts, the tools, and the context, and a course was born in my institution. Initially, when we offered the course, we were hoping for only 10 to 15 students to register for the course, because anything below that number, the course gets canceled automatically. And it would have been more frustration for me. But in the first round, we had 66 students signing up for the course. And in a course of 1 year, 115 students have taken the course on creativity, creativity tools, and creativity mindset. And the course has been a great success among the students as well. Let me tell you and show you a few examples of how we teach creativity, how we promote and create the mindset of creativity. In this course, we don't assess students based on right and wrong answer, because there is no right and wrong answer. We assess students based on how creative they can come up with a result. So we give every student the same set of tools, the same set of rules, but we ask every student to come up with a different creation in the context of visual arts, as I mentioned. So the same set of rules, the same set of tools. This is the representation of one student. This is a representation of another student, a totally different outcome, but same tools, same rules. A third student, a fourth student, and you see many creative, unique outcomes through the creative process of thinking and applying the tools and the concepts. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, is creativity in practice. These students did not know anything about creativity, could not know how to apply creativity, and even did not know whether they can be creative or not. But in a matter of only 6 weeks into the course, they are seeing their own creativity unleashed and become reality. But this course gets more than that. This course, ladies and gentlemen, is not only promoted by the university administration. In fact, it's not promoted by the university administration. It's not promoted by the university communications department. It's promoted by the students themselves. It's promoted on mass media. It's promoted on social media. It's promoted on TEDx. The secret, the reasons, I believe two. The first is that the students are experiencing a transformational education, not informational education. Our role as teachers now is no longer passing on information, because everyone has access to information. The students sometimes have access to information more than what we have. But our role as teachers is to create the mindset, is to create the mentality, the passion, the dedication, the appreciation for the information. And that's what is transformational education. The second reason, which is easier to understand, is the teacher's excitement. You cannot get someone excited about something if you are not excited about it yourself. And my excitement continues and moves on to the students. And every time I see a student project, I get excited. Every time I teach the course, I get excited. But now, the big question, a question that many of you might have in your minds, a question that very harshly one of my dear friends asked me. Why are you so excited about teaching a course? What's the big deal? What have you achieved? What have you done? And probably, again, some of you might have that question in mind. I'm excited about teaching a course because I think we have started on something very big. I believe that anything becomes part of education, then it is likely to create long-lasting impact and change the society and change the culture. I might not have trained thousands of students on creativity yet. I might not have started a big company that comes up with innovative solutions yet. And I might not have transformed the culture from a copying, repetitive culture to a creative, innovative culture yet. But we have started. We have started with education. And based on my belief, I have very big dreams. I dream that one day, every student in my university and in every other university in this country gets a full course on creativity and innovation, and they can apply it regardless of their departments and their major. Creativity, the subject matter doesn't matter. You can be creative in physics, in science, in politics, in administration, you name it. I dream that one day my university and every other university in this country appoints someone as vice president for creativity and innovation. They make it part of their mission. They make it part of day-to-day activities. And I dream one day that our businessmen and our entrepreneurs start coming up with creative ideas, creative solutions for our problems, and stop turning every house into a cafe or a car wash. I dream that creativity becomes part of our culture in the near future. And that's why I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen, because me and my students have started. So next time you get excited and frustrated about something, think about it. Do you bank on your excitement and come up with a solution that creates more and more excitement for yourself and for the people around you? Or do you surrender to your frustration and let your frustration define the course of action? Next time, ladies and gentlemen, you get excited and frustrated about something, think about it. You might have a choice. Thank you. Thank you.